It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. On the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Just off a road trip, the Pacers are back at home. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
Kevin, I tell you what, they've actually been terrific on their home court, and they're starting another homestand right now.
Yeah, this has been their domain, Clark, no question. They've made this arena a very difficult one to come into and try to win. So this game will tell us a lot about whether they're going to continue that dominance on this homestand.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Then it's Carrick Felix, and it's Matthews in at the point. Now here's Matthews. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix. Stevenson with a clean look. They get it back. Banked in off the glass. Millsap's got his first 2 points of the night.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
And Matthews kicks to Monroe. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. Here's Singleton. Paul George grabs the miss.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Felix kicks to Singleton. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Puts up the baby hook, and the basket good.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. G kicks to George. Nailed from three-point land.
3 out of 4 from the floor, so that's a good start for this club.
Now Matthews, right now averaging 7 points a game. Pass to Singleton. Drummond with a screen on George. Here's Singleton. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Singleton's got his first points in this one. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. G kicks to George. Detroit with the rebound. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And that game featured one of the least consistent offensive performances you're going to see from them, Clark.
Yeah, no spurt ability on display at all, fellas. I mean, they needed to make a few runs, but it just never was able to happen for them.
Now, here is Singleton. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Drummond, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Drummond's got his second bucket.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And Stevenson kicks to Millsap. Pass to G. The 15-footer, and he hits the jump shot.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he can really get rolling.
He lobs it up. It's tipped. Monroe outside. Dishes to Felix. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. The Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's G. A 24-point outing in their last game against Portland.
It wasn't just... Oh, man, that was a real...
Mark it up.
It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not
Holy
probable.
smokes.
It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Here's Monroe. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Here's G. He's covered by Matthews.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Felix kicks to Singleton. To the wing on the left. Ball's knocked loose. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And then G with the jam.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. They still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Into Millsap. Here's Felix. Tries to save it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
Drummond with a screen on Stevenson. Here's Monroe.
Right now, they're struggling to make shots, shooting a low percentage from the field so far. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Hibbert with a screen on Matthews. There's Avanti. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Singleton dishes to Monroe. And he gets it to go. Monroe's got his second basket of the night.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's G. He's covered by Matthews. Offensive rebound. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
That's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Every team hopes to have they're on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. You look at G, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league. And, of course, Andre Drummond.
And you can't say enough about these two guys shooting the ball this season. Look at their percentage, just off the charts.
And then G with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons. This team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jumper so far.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. And George with the stuff.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Matthews passes to Caldwell Pope into Drummond. He dishes it to Monroe. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Monroe's got 6.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
That's a jump ball.
Detroit with the ball. Pistons trail by 6. And here's Matthews. Monroe sets a screen for Matthews. Now, here is Singleton. Just 5 to shoot. The feed to Caldwell Pope. And it's off from three-point range. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And that's the right call, no question about it. It's one thing to play tough D and commit a hard foul, but it's another to risk hurting your opponent with contact like that.
Yeah, very easy to get knocked off balance and take a nasty tumble when you get slammed into like that.
We've seen some good numbers for G. He already has 9 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team. Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
For Indiana, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Both free throws good for Millsap. Pistons trail by 9. Caldwell Pope kicks to Matthews. Now the Pacers moving it up. There's Avante. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
There's the dish to Ezeli. Outside Matthews. And George with the block. Here's G. 11 points in the game. Soft touch off the glass. G's got 13.
That's a great start for him, hitting 75% from the field on 8 attempts. For those of you that are struggling with math, he's 6 of 8.
Hickson dishes to Matthews. And it's blocked. Here's G. He's got 13. Outside, George kicks to G. Shot from the wing. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And, Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded by Stevenson. 6 on the shot clock. No good, unable to end this run. Indiana leading by 13. Here's G, averaging 29 points per contest, and stolen by Singleton. The pass to Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Singleton kicks to Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Singleton. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Millsap's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Fires from deep. And that one's good by G. G's got 16.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
The NBA is all...
Nene, he's checked in for the Pacers. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Glenn Davis is checked in for Singleton. Matthews up top. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded by Stevenson. There's 1:40 left in the first. And the foul called on G. That is his first foul of the game.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
Tawan Blair. He's checked in for Ezeli. Hickson sets the screen for Matthews. Back to Hickson. Here's Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
Pistons trailed by 16.